All right, guys, this is exactly why you ask questions. So this guy posted this PlayStation 2 and he said it's got about 10 games. So I asked him, I said, does it have 10 games? Are there more games, less games? Because he only showed these two pictures right here. So he goes, oh no, there's 19 games and da-da-da. I said, does it come with a controller? Does it work? You know, normal stuff. He's like, yeah. So I was like, okay, man, I'll pick it up. It's like 15 minutes away from work. Not too crazy. But I get there, and The Punisher and Tony Hawk and Devil May Cry, no games. Not even the games. Like, no cases, manuals, nothing. So I said, well, where's this stuff at? He's like, oh, yeah, I couldn't find them, and I'll put that picture. Like, dude, you put this picture up 58 minutes ago. So you had them like an hour ago. So the other 19 games, I'm like, heck yeah, or 19 games total. I was like, heck yeah, I'll pay 25 bucks for that. You know, I'll get 25 bucks back out of Punisher. So he brings a CD case with loose discs in there, and I'm looking through them, and it's like A Bug's Life or whatever, and like Frogger, and I'm like, a lot of common games. I was like, dude, where are these other games? Oh, I don't know. I was like, okay, I'll pass. And then he was like, well, how about 20 bucks? And I'm like, nah, you know what? I'll pass, dude. I really just wanted those other games. Like, I didn't even want the system. Because there's no telling if it works or not, right? Just because he says it works. That's why when I take pictures of stuff and put it on Facebook, I like show that the console works or that the game works. You know what I mean? But this guy obviously had some substance abuse problems. So I was like, dude, I'll just pass. You know, the games weren't in the best condition. I just didn't want to deal with it, especially after picking up the Xbox 360 lot I got a couple weeks ago. I don't need more games sitting around my house that I need to go resurface. Anyway, right now I'm going to pick up some Legos, so hopefully that interaction will go better. Let's just go back to the game room and see what's up. Alright, so before we get started, I wanted to show you the lady that I bought those minifigures from. She started posting a bunch of Star Wars sets, so I popped on both of these. This was 15 and that one was 10, so we paid 25 bucks for these. I thought these sets were cool, so I just bought them for me. But the first set is 75137. This is the Carbonite Freezing Chamber set. This will go down as one of the worst Star Wars sets of all time. It's just such an iconic scene, and they really didn't do a lot with it. It has some of the worst play features of any Star Wars set. For example, here's like an elevator, but remember in that scene, Luke comes up on the elevator, which looks really cool, but Luke's not included in this set. So if they would have included more minifigures like Luke, Leia, an R2-D2, a C-3PO, like this would probably be good. C-3PO like broken on Chewbacca's back when he had him on the back, the backpack or whatever. Like a UCS set of this entire thing would probably be a lot better. Like it does come with this Han Solo figure, which is really cool, and of course Boba Fett. But this is the play feature. You pull out on the pin, it goes down that far, and then you turn it, and all of a sudden there's Han Solo in Carbonite. Just not a great set. But because it's so iconic, and it was only $10, and I have a Boba Fett figure now, I decided to jump on it. There's also some kind of weird, like, bench or something back here. I don't know if that's supposed to be, like, a jail or, maybe where Darth Vader tortured Han Solo. But I don't know. Who knows? But it will look cool on the shelf. I do like the translucent orange pieces. Moving along, the next set we got is 75168. This is Yoda's Jedi Starfighter from the Clone Wars. I recently watched all of the Clone Wars episodes all the way through season 7. I think they're about 7 or 8 episodes into that now. But I can't wait for that to finish up, and then I'll watch Rebels after that. But this is just a very cool Very cool Jedi Starfighter. The wings kind of bend. You can sort of customize them, put them out as far as you want. It does come with an R2 unit attached to the back there. Just a single stud holding it on. And then, of course, this opens up. There we go. And you can put Yoda in there. My only issue with this set is that you can't fit the lightsaber anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, you basically have to take the lightsaber off, and then Yoda will fit in there, you know. But other than that, I really like this set. I like that it's a little bit different than the other Jedi Starfighters. And I love this part in the Clone Wars where Yoda is going to the Sith planet, and he's learning how to reincarnate himself after death, and he's just learning a lot about the old Jedi stuff, you know, old Jedi and old Sith stuff. And I do love this minifigure too. But yeah, those were the 2 Lego sets that we bought. Alright, so after that PS2 deal went to shits, I did pick up this box of Legos. I've already sorted it. This is the Mega Bloks. It looks like there's a that actually is probably a Lego. Ugh. Yeah, I think that goes to the Sandman set. But the Mega Bloks already sorted through it. That was all that was in there. Did come with a bag of minifigures. I am super excited about that. You can see there's a Venom in there. There's some Jurassic Park guys. There's a Spider-Man. Power Man right there with the yellow and the black. There's also a Crimson Spider in there. So, or an Iron, there it is. An Iron Spider, which is cool. But for 25 bucks, usually I will break these apart and I would sell these as sets. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try and put some of these sets together, because there's some really cool stuff in here. Like this piece right here, this vehicle, you can get it unhooked. This is a set that came out with Spider-Man and Venom, and this is Nick Fury's vehicle, and it like turns into a hovercraft. The tires fold down. There's like a missile rack on the back there. But we just got that Nick Fury figure recently, so hopefully we can complete this, and we'll have like a full minifigure and vehicle set. Also, some of these parts, like this scaffolding, goes to a Spider-Man, Rhino, Sandman set. So, yeah, like I said, hopefully we can put some of that together. All right, guys, it is late. It is 8:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And listen, there's just not a lot on Marketplace right now. There's not a lot on OfferUp, Let Go. Just not out there, man. People are hanging out, staying at home. This guy posted this PlayStation 2 lot last night that was a little juicy. It was $100. It's got a couple copies of Final Fantasy 7 and Final Fantasy 8, and some PlayStation 2 stuff, like I said. But I made him an offer of $80. We're gonna go see if we can pick that up right now. I also saw pro tip, pro strat. If you're gonna buy somebody on Marketplace, check out their what else they're selling. You know what I mean? He also has a lot of 57 DVDs that he wants $25 for. So what I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna try and give him 80 for the video game stuff, and then give him another 20 for the DVD stuff, and try and chip down the price of those DVDs by about $5. So we'll see what's gonna happen. We're heading into Newark right now. I hate that it drops from 70 miles an hour to 55 miles an hour, because there's nobody else out here. But all right, we'll get back to the game room. We'll see how this panned out. All right, so it is like 11:30 at night before we get into the games. So I get there, and I asked if he did any other games and stuff like that, and we're just kind of talking. And I was like, "Oh, you selling your games? You don't play them anymore?" And he's like, "Well, you know, he got laid off because of the Rona, and he just needed some money to pay some bills or whatnot. Easter's like in 2 days, so I'm sure some of that will go to that." But I bought the DVD stuff for $25. You know, I'm fortunate, very fortunate, that I'm essential personnel, and I'm still collecting a check through this whole thing. So, you know, I'm not going to try, you know, $5 could make a huge difference in his life. So I just went ahead and paid him his $25 for that. So $105 is what we spent on everything. So let's just check out the DVDs first. All right, so here's that pile of DVDs, $25 for everything. Like I said, we've got 3 stacks of 18, and then he thought this was a DVD, I guess. Air Supply's Greatest Hits. I'm all out of love. I'm still lost without you. We've got a loose disc copy of Zootopia. I've never seen that one. There's like a download code in there. Boom. So if you're into it, there you go. There's your download code. I don't even know if it works. And then Straight Outta Compton, this is a bootleg. But I'll probably watch it because I love old school rap. You can tell, like, it's obviously a burnt disc or CD. But I'll watch that and pass that on to my friend. So it is factory sealed. Pink Panther is factory sealed or resealed. And then Polar Express is sealed. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I'll get my $25 back. Like I said, there's some horror movies in here. Piranha, Don't Say a Word, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Dawn of the Dead, Amityville Horror, Hannibal, I guess. Porky's 1, 2, and 3. So I think we'll make a couple bucks on this. So there aren't any like world beaters in that box. More likely than not, I'll have to lot them up, like put all the horror movies together and sell those for like 10 or 15 bucks, and all the kids' movies, which isn't a bad idea to get rid of them faster. It's just not worth the money or time to, you know, sell one DVD for $4 and then pay $2.80 shipping and then fees and everything. But I think we'll do okay on that. But DVDs are sort of weird with me. I end up sitting on a lot of DVDs, so hopefully we'll get our 25 back out of that as quickly as possible. So if you're doing the math in your head, you're like, well, wait a minute, Chris. It was 8:10, you were halfway to Newark. So that was like 15 minutes. And then it's like 20 minutes back or so. So let's see, that should have put you home somewhere around 9. What have you been doing for 2.5 hours? Well, I brought this console home. When I was there, I looked at this console was in such nice condition. I didn't even ask. I just assumed that it worked. So, and this is why you should always try and get a better price. You know, he's got, oh, you're taking advantage. No, I'm taking the risk. I'm not taking advantage of anybody, because if this doesn't work, then guess who's out $80? Not you, me. So I'm going to try and get the best price possible. So I brought it home, plugged it in. I was confident it was going to work, and all I heard was that crunching sound that it makes, like it's burning a hole through your disc. So I immediately took the disc out, took the thing apart, cleaned it all out, which it wasn't even that dirty, but I cleaned off the laser and cleaned off the slides that the laser, you know, slides on. So I cleaned all that off, removed like the disc tray, cleaned everything back there, put it back together, and I realized, because this is the game that I tested, High Heat, Major League Baseball 2004. It's got some light scratches, but it shouldn't be enough to not play. But if you are a PlayStation 2 aficionado, you recognize the problem right away. It is a PlayStation 2 blueback disc. So sometimes, you know, these PlayStation 2s have a hard time reading those blueback discs. So I took it apart, I cleaned it, I put in another game, a silver back, a CD back PS2 game, worked fine. Put in the black back PlayStation 1 game, it worked fine. And then I finally put in the blue back, and it worked fine. So that was just a long way to say that I had to take this whole thing apart, and it cost me 2.5 hours of my life to clean it and put it back together so I could sell it. And I was kind of freaking out because this is going to be the majority of my money back. I'm thinking if I sell that with the doubles, which I have here, that I should be able to get like maybe 50 or 60 bucks. But here's the games that we have doubles up that we're just going to put with that. Madden 05, everybody's looking for that game. Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec, Sly Cooper, and Sly Cooper 3. So I will bundle all of that together. It did go, the controller, power cable, AV cable, all that stuff. This game is a double. And if I can sell this for like 50 and sell this for like 30 or 40, we will have all of our money back for this lot, and everything else will be free and or profit. This is Resident Evil Dead Aim. It is a GunCon 2 game. I love GunCon 2. It does have a little fraying on the top. Normally this game's like a $40 game, but I think maybe I could probably get 30, 35 out of it, because it's actually in pretty nice shape, complete with the manual. Or, you know, if somebody out there, if you guys have a trade, you want to trade for that, that's cool too. Here's the games that we'll be adding to our collection. Nothing too crazy here. When I opened up the console, copy of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. I need to play another Need for Speed game. MLB High Heat 202. NCAA March Madness 05. That dude looks intense. NBA Live 05 with Melo. NBA Live 08, no manual. MVP Baseball 2004, Albert Pujols, future Hall of Famer, by the way. And the game that I was most excited to add to my collection, Capcom Classic Collection Volume 2. I do have the first version of this. I had to check to make sure that I had it. But I do love these compilations. Like, there's Street Fighter on here, there's some shooters, some beat-em-ups. I don't know, man. But pretty excited to play that. All right, last thing. Well, second to last thing. I'm going to show you what I did with those Legos. But this is the reason why I made the offer on the lot in the first place. He has 2 copies of Final Fantasy VIII and 2 copies of Final Fantasy VII. I'm going to need to order, look at that chunk taken out of there. I'm going to order 4 new double disc cases, and I'm going to replace all these cases. But let's see what we got here. So you can see this is Final Fantasy. It's the greatest hits, obviously. So I mean, like, these discs are all like falling out. I'm going to take the manual out, but there's the manual. Yeah. So you have disc 1, 2, and 3. And if you look closely, you will notice something is not right. This silver disc is a Final Fantasy VII disc 2. That is the greatest hits disc. They are silver. They don't put the money into them to make them color. This is Final Fantasy VII disc 3. This is from the Black Label version. So somebody out there is missing a disc 3 for Final Fantasy VII. I got your disc, bro. But all 3 discs are there and the manual. This one, let me see. So it's got, yeah, this one's got disc 1, 2, and 3. And the case is all messed up. And then Final Fantasy VIII, one of these has the manual. There it is right there. I'm just going to take that manual out because it's going to fall out anyway. But you can see there's disc 1, 2, 3, and 4. And those discs are white. So these discs go to a Black Label version of Final Fantasy VIII. And that's what the... let me grab this. That's what the greatest hits discs look like. So somewhere along the way, they got all wonkied up. But I figure we'll replace the cases, clean the discs a little bit, and we should be okay. If we can get, you know, $10 each for those, that's like $40, maybe $50 out of that. So that shouldn't be bad. But I want to show you what I did with that box of Legos that I showed you earlier. Okay, so that box of Legos that I showed you earlier in the episode, I figured, you know, $25 wasn't that big of an investment where I absolutely had to sell those Legos because I wanted the minifigures, especially like Iron Spider, Venom, Doctor Doom. Those things will pay for themselves when I decide to sell them, but I thought it was kind of a neat little challenge to see what we could build, what we couldn't get together. Most of these still need a piece or two, sort of superficial pieces, and I've got them on my Bricklink order, so next time I get something from Bricklink, hopefully those pieces will be in there. Just a quick example. You see there's a blue piece right here, and it's missing on this side right there, so that piece is on there. And these 1x6s, these flat 6s, they're supposed to be black or gray, I forget, but I had these two, so I used them. But this very cool Spider-Man helicopter, there's a glider that goes with that, and a Green Goblin big minifig that goes on there, which is cool. This is a Lego Ninjago Charger. This is pretty cool. Like, this thing like flips up, and this motorcycle part shoots out. Pretty cool. Need a couple pieces to complete the minis, but other than that, we're good. Need this piece right here for this monster truck. Just a basic 1, 2, 3, 4, a flat 4 black single 4-piece there, and we'll complete this monster truck, which is kind of cool. We've got a police van. We did complete the Nick Fury car, man. Pretty excited about that. Like I said, we got the minifigure for that last time, so that's pretty cool. Completed the Daily Bugle, the Spider-Man set Daily Bugle. Now there should be like webbing and stuff hanging off there. I've put that away. So it does have it. Here's Doctor Doom's fly little hover ship, which is kind of cool. And then last but not least, we completed a Batcopter, which is cool. Now I just got to find the right Batman that goes in there. So, and I think there were about, I want to say maybe 15 minifigures or so. But guys, that is going to do it. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment down below and we will see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves.